Lainey, thank you for joining us. Got a couple questions here for you. We'll do our best to get through them. First off, do you think artists in the industry are charging too much?
No, I don't think so.
You think it's okay? It's on par?
Well, I don't know not everybody's pricing, of course, you know, so
Right.
I can't really talk about everybody. But what I do feel is that, you know, like if you look back like 30 years ago and everybody was charging like $100 an hour or something,
Yeah.
$200 an hour. And fast forward 20 years and everybody's still asking $200, like with inflation, like what are we doing? Like, so did art get worth less?
Right.
Or like how does that work? So
Like it should increase accordingly.
yeah, it
Yeah.
should. And I feel like a lot of artists haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
You know, so if I talk to people that have been doing for 25 years and they're still asking $200 an hour, that means they got worth less
Right.
in this
Right.
economy, right?
Correct.
So, yeah, looking at like that, I think that some people maybe even have to charge more.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know, like what kind of numbers are we talking about? Like,
So it is kind of a general question.
yeah,
But I know that, like with other people we've talked to about it, you see new things happening. You see the anesthesia coming in with the tattoos.
yes. Yeah.
And maybe people can associate that with tattoos and not see it as something different.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this guy's charging $100,000, I can charge, $10,000.
Yeah.
We do see people
Pretty nice.
in New York. Yeah. We do see
Yeah.
some artists in New York though charging,
Yeah.
$7,500 for a day rate, $10,000 for a day
Yeah.
rate.
I feel like if you as a client want to pay for that and think it's worth it, that's up to you
Cool.
at the end of the day.
I like
you
that
know,
answer.
I think that to each their own. I feel like I know a lot of artists that should be charging more,
Yeah.
and then they're insecure or whatever, or
Right.
don't want to overcharge or feel uncomfortable with asking more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ask more.
Yeah. Yeah, see.
And then I think that the bigger issue is people undercharging and overcharging.
Sure.
There's a lot of people coming from overseas that charge like $200 for a sleeve.
Yeah.
That's an issue for the industry.
Yeah.
I think people should be worried a little bit more about that because we've seen that happen before.
To kind of create more of a standard.
Yeah, more of
Yeah.
a standard, and then if you just begin, of course you're going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
If
Lack
you're-
of experience.
Yeah, and if you're
Yeah.
more experienced, I think you're going to be more expensive. And then it's up to you to adjust your pricing to people, how many clientele, how big is your clientele, right? So if you have an overflow of clients, of course you need to charge, well, you don't need, but
supply and demand.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So I've sat down with many people in the industry and everyone always seems to speak wonderfully about you. Why is that?
I don't know, you should ask them.
Good.
No,
That'll be a question for another.
I don't know. I have no idea. I just try to be, I don't know. So the thing that I do think is important, but that's more on a personal note, I think everybody is the same.
Yeah.
And I noticed that there's a lot of, a little ego going on in the industry, like, why I've had it a lot of times that people don't recognize me at first because I'm more about my art than about my appearance or my face or whatever. And then they come up to me, act like a jerk before, and then when they see me again, they're like, oh my God, you're Lainey Bee. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh shit, man, I would have been so much nicer. I'm like, well, fuck you then.
Right,
Like,
it shows the true colors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel it doesn't matter who you hang with, you should just be nice and go from there, and then if people suck, then don't hang out with them.
Right. They suck. You have any crazy convention stories?
Well, I have a couple about this one.
Anything you can share, though.
Well, it's not about the convention, but it's about the hotel that we're staying at.
What happened? You don't have to stay at the hotel.
I'm like, can we tell this? So we're at this hotel, and this dude, I'm talking to Zach, my client, and he's like, oh yeah, tattoo, blah, blah, blah. So this guy comes up, he's like, oh, there's a tattoo convention? We're like, yeah, there's a tattoo convention. He's like, oh, interesting. We're like, yeah, you're here for it? He has like giant birds on the side of his head tattooed. And he's like, no, we have, we're here for King College.
Kinky College.
Kinky College.
Okay.
We're like, oh, well, I think with a name like that, you need to explain more.
Right, go on.
Go on.
Yeah.
But he's this huge dude. He sat next to me. He's well, like, listen.
Okay.
This is what's happening. I'm like, okay. It's a little close, but sure, we can talk, you know.
Right.
And he starts telling us that in the hotel basement, they're having bondage and fisting workshops.
Wow. Workshops.
Workshops.
So at least they're teaching the proper way.
The
right?
proper way. But I feel like this whole weekend has been influenced by that because the whole hotel smells like latex and ass.
Nice.
So it's
Right. They didn't list that under the amenities?
No, exactly. And I feel like normally what happens if you have like a tattoo conventions, we are the odd ones out.
Wait, say it again?
We are the odd ones out.
Correct.
You know, like tattoo artists, ooh, you know, like what the hell? Ooh. But now we're like, it's not us.
So you guys didn't check it out at all?
It's not allowed.
Oh,
yes. Yeah,
very
it's very
private.
official because you have to like passport everything.
Wow.
It's like I feel like there's a certain risk involved. That's really interesting. Yeah, like he told me, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's new.
So that's what he was there for.
Exactly.
Right.
But the funny thing is, like, it's not. I'm from the Netherlands, you know, like red light district. Like we don't care about that, but it's like the vibe that is surrounding them, and they're very secretive.
Okay.
And they're like, it's very awkward.
Very
like,
interesting.
Yeah, and he's like, well, you know, there's a taboo on it. I'm like, well, maybe change the name.
Yeah.
You know, a little less pervy would be nice. You know, not young girls or something like that, but just like sexual education or.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
More like teachings. What do they call it? Kinky college?
Kinky college.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
I don't know why there's this taboo.
Exactly. I have no idea. We're just like, I don't know. It's been interesting.
That's a great story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, now I feel insecure about my hotel. It doesn't have anything cool.
And another one, which was funny, which was also not on the convention itself, but it was a Milano convention. We were having a drink with Zeke at the hotel, and it was late at night, and this guy walks up, and he's like, hey, how are you doing? Oh my God. So I thought he knew Zeke.
Yeah.
You know, most people knew him, it's like, I'm like, okay, it's a strange couple that walked up, but it's like, they're just very enthusiastic, for sure. And he's like, yeah, I got tattoos as well. And then we're like, okay, so maybe we don't know him. Because, you know, we obviously see that you have tattoos.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, I got this awesome new one. And he just drops his pants, dick swinging, right next to me. And I'm sitting next to Zeke, and I'm like, oh.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And Zeke is like,
were they just drunk?
Like, what? Yeah.
Okay.
And then he was like trying to convince us to take his wife up to a hotel room and we could do whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was like.
So he was offering a gift.
Exactly.
Nice.
Very friendly.
Yeah,
very
good
friendly.
manners.
Good manners.
Yeah.
Very good manners, yeah. So I feel like the funny thing is that some way or the other, we always get involved with these kind of strange. Like, is it a thing that people think that when you're tattooed or a tattooer that you're like into all that?
A little more adventurous.
Yeah.
But I think the real question is, who's booking these hotels?
That's it. Exactly.
Awesome. Do you feel that there's something the convention scene could do better with their approach to the industry?
Yeah, change it up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I don't want to step on anybody's toes, of course, but I do feel like we've been doing the same trick over and over and over, and sometimes like this convention has been really nice. There's a lot of visitors. I like it. But there were like multiple conventions that is a little slower, and I feel like there could be more.
Maybe some new ideas.
Maybe some more new, or maybe a little bit of a different output. A little less towards the kinky side, for example, and a little bit more towards the art side, or combine arts, or I don't know, like.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have a little bit of a change, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you ever turn down tattoos?
Yes.
And why?
To be honest, I do it quite a lot.
Right.
I really want to select the people that I work with.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, the flow and the vibe is very important that I have with somebody. I have to do people like big pieces, back pieces, or something like that. And if I don't connect well with the person and I have to sit with them for like 100 hours, I dread going to work.
Yeah. It can be awkward. And,
awkward. And then, I had this one guy like stalking / hitting on me. And I'm like, I need to be more strict with who I want to do. So now what I do is I have video calls with everybody that like fills out the form on my website. When I feel like it could be something that I'm a good artist for. If not, I'll send them to friends or colleagues or whatever. But that like 20-minute call for me is very important to see who it is.
No, I think that's a great practice and actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
And maybe it could help vet and avoid some of those problems.
Exactly.
Nice.
It really helps.
Yeah.
It really helps. Some still slip through, but...
Sure. Those tricksters.
They act all nice.
Yeah.
No, I feel like, for example, if somebody starts with like, oh, I'm an artist myself and I made this design, I'm like, well...
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the right artist because I do need a little bit of freedom.
Right.
I can't be like, oh, I need this there, and then my brain is just jammed and it's over. So
yeah, I mean, you know what you need.
Yeah.
And I think the more experience you get, the more you learn about what you need.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think a video call does a lot more than like an email.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emails. I have had horrible emails, and then I talk to a person. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Not what I expected.
Yeah.
That's way better.
Right.
So it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it. I think we're good. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure. Want to grab some pictures for some thumbnails?
That's it.
Awesome.